Okay, the box office results are in, and appropriately enough for this Halloween season, the horror film Ouija took the #1 spot, taking in $20 million. And the #2 spot is the Keanu Reeves revenge action film John Wick, bringing in just over $14 million. And third is the Brad Pitt World War II film Fury, making another $13 million. The Ben Affleck Rosamund Pike film Gone Girl stays in the top 5, coming in at #4, making $11 million in its 4th weekend. And rounding out the top 5 is the animated film The Book of Life, making $9.8 million in its 2nd weekend in release. John, does any of this stand out to you about this weekend's box office results?
A couple things stand out to me. Number one, Ouija did better than I expected, to be honest. Somebody asked me from Hasbro, do you think it can make $25 million? And I guffaw, no, it'll make closer to $17 million. I guess technically it did make closer to $17 million. But $20 million I think is a pretty good result for a film like this, because the first couple trailers, not good. I was not a big fan of the film myself, but surprisingly enough, I know a few people who came out of it that went, you know what, it wasn't as bad as we thought. And maybe that was because of really low expectations, but I actually know a couple of people who thought it was an okay film to see, so that was nice. If you'd asked a lot of people about 3 weeks ago, how good is John Wick going to do, it wasn't 14 million good. It was going to be under that. Yeah. I think they projected to come in 4th or 5th in the box office this weekend, and this was a very strong weekend. I think they said this is the biggest this weekend in history, I think is what it turned out to be. And this October is already the biggest box office October in history, and there's still a few days to go. So Wick did well, which I'm so thrilled. I can't talk enough about John Wick. I don't know if we can't zoom in right now. I got goosebumps forming on my arm. I get so excited when I just think about this damn movie. It is so much fun. Directed by these two dudes who have never directed a thing before. I don't know if they directed Traffic, but they're two stunt coordinators who got together and said, yeah, let's direct a movie. And they directed it. Love it. I was so excited, and I think you're going to see, as word spreads about it, I think you're going to see a minuscule. I think you're going to see a 30% or less drop in this film next weekend. So those things stand out to me. Eric, what about you? What stands out to you about the top 5 this week?
I agree with John. Everything you said about John Wick. I thought it should have made $100 million this weekend.
I agree.
In T-shirt sales alone,
you know,
$100 million.
Yeah, come on. You know, but it's a really fun movie. It's been a good October. It's been a strong October. I think the kind of content that you want to see in October on the big screen is on the big screen. It's stuff that's dangerous, it's creepy, it's violent, it's a little scary, it's a little bit of all of that. That's what we want to feel right now with Halloween coming up. So, yeah, I mean, the movies that are coming out are good movies. They're doing well. So, you know, there's not much to be surprised with, because people are like, yeah, I like what I'm watching, so I'm going to continue watching it. But I do implore you to see John Wick more.
Yes, go see John Wick.
Anyway,
and as a fellow fan of John Wick, I mean, I was so happy to see how that movie did well, because like you alluded to, John, a month ago, nobody knew this movie was coming out. And then all of a sudden, because it's doing so well critically, when it's so rated, it's rated that highly on Rotten Tomatoes, people are going to want to go see John Wick, and they're interested. And knowing that that propelled it to the #2 spot, it's not going to be Ouija, because like you said, John Wick gives you goosebumps. You know what gives me goosebumps? A Ouija board. And that's what happens to a lot of people. This was a total product placement movie that was the perfect timing and hit it out of the park. And I got Annabelle by that movie a little bit, because I also went in with very low expectations and actually enjoyed liking the film. There's going to be a conduit to another world. We've seen that movie before, but never with the actual Ouija board. So it was exciting to see. And I think people this time of year, they're not necessarily going to see an Oscar film. They want to see something that's scary. It's Halloween. Ouija did well. It didn't shock me.
And it's also, I should point out too, it is really nice to see a film the quality of Gone Girl, still in its 4th week, still in the number, it's still in the top 5. Fury, I liked very much, not quite as much as Gone Girl. It's nice to see that up there too and enjoying the success it has. So yeah, it's a nice listing this week.
Hey everyone, if you liked this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.